All right. So, yeah, last night, that's the motion sickness thing. This one's going to be a little bit easier to work with. So, I have a character. I'll just throw her to the side. What? Okay. So, here, unfortunately, it should be okay. Okay. So bring her into Unreal Engine eventually, but going to get a couple of things here. There we are. So we're going to do a fight. And I was kind of explaining the animation set. I'll show you the shot here. Just saw something here. Yeah. Where was it? It's either spinning kick or... Yeah, I think this is fine. Okay. And here. So we'll have to make adjustments. Bring in the animation. Okay. Let's actually make sure the subdivision's off, because that could be kind of distracting. So you have to make adjustments here. I like to have a character at 0, so I can use this as a reference. Right there. Whoop. I don't know. Let's see. No. No. I think it was this one. Let's try that. I like the spin kick. I think it was this one. Gotta be careful, because the alignment could get screwed up. Yeah, like that. Got screwed up again. This is why I put somebody at 0. And at 180. Okay. So there's a moment of contact right there. Okay. So I want to think about this. So we'll have to adjust where the contact is coming from. So we'll break down fighting scenes. A couple things. One, how I think about fighting scene is like a dance. It's like dancing, you know. 1, 2, 3. I think this could work, you know. Now, where to put the camera is a different story. Because if you do it from here, there's a little taunt too, but so I would like to frame this, and I'll show you the camera angle. I have to build a set though. I want to try. I'm trying to go back and forth what I want with sets, but I kind of look for something like this for fighting scenes. So it's not so much placement. I think too many people worry about it. You could definitely hide it with the right camera angles and everything. So, you know, boom, too. But the most important thing there, so there's a couple things to think about. Is facial expressions. Now you can get pretty basic. You know, you can just run off. The most important thing is working with the keying, with face key. For me, let's just do. Like that. So there's little moments here, and it can be with this. So I'm just gonna look, and then we'll do the eyes later. Yeah. But let's work with facial expressions first. And there's little moments here. When he takes the first swing, there's going to be, yeah, you can see goes, barely misses, but you're not going to see it. You're not going to see an impact. So, one. So I like to do this. So when she takes a swing, you go to the next, to the next. It doesn't, there has to be something, you know. And normally I won't do this the entire time, but when she swings, it's like a, ha, you know, like a grunt, but there. And then we can work on eyes, have it focus. Yeah. Something like this. So this is, you know, facial expressions. There has to be something, you know. You can't have characters just blank with blank expressions. And with this, you know, as long as if you're not doing any close-ups, you can just work with that. But just like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so next thing is the eyes. So now we're going to just eyes. So she's going to stare. You can do look at, but to be honest, I would rather just do that there. Do this. Stare at the fist. And you can tell, whoop, look up, down. So there, yeah, we have eye blink, which this is what I want for her to have when she's staring. Down, down. Oh, where? Okay, he's there. Okay. Now for this moment, from here to here, maybe even sooner. I blink. There we go. So that's what I want from this. So and I think we're only going to shoot from this side. So let's do a quick. Same thing. When she punches, throw it. Just like that. Okay. So hey, what's going on? We're just gonna bring something quickly over. Let's go through here. So we're almost done. I'm gonna film like up here. I think this is the proper angle. Okay. So for this character, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this character, our old Batman, and we're going to go down to the Unreal Live link. And I'm only going to do motion. Just only the character. And we're going to transfer. So as we transfer, should be pretty simple. There we go. And now it's time to bring in our character. So what I'm going to do is export the scene, include motion, and not that, but also subdivide. Okay. And I'm going to subdivide my character. And now it's time to render. Okay, scene motion. Now that camera, please. There we go. And good. So, character's going to be both characters are going to be in Unreal. They don't need they're not going to be fighting here. I'm trying to think where to bring these characters out. Right now I just want to show you the camera work and the scene. So yeah, the character is going to be brought into Unreal Engine. See, yeah, it's still trying to bring the character over. It's subdivided, so it's going to take some time. So, where are they going to fight? Where are they going to fight? There's a couple ideas I have. I was kind of looking up a couple references, but we'll see. All right. Sorry, it's just all that importing. It takes time, so. So we're done with that. See, I'm going to keep iClone up until I know everything works. Speaking of which, see if I didn't. Okay. It looks fine. It should work. Let's see. Let's have a look while this is actually. Let's look at the Revolution forum boards, shall we? Why a better render engine won't matter. Ooh. Let's start a fight. Sure. Speaking of fighting. Okay, where we're at though. There's 33 of these things. Unless you have better model assets and professional post-production. Ooh. Oh boy, this is up. This is where I'm going to start a fight. This is where I'm going to jump into this. All right. Most popular, realistic, blah, 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 blah. A more realistic render engine, blah, 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 blah. Why is everybody obsessed with look? Honest to God. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna start fighting. Yeah, just do your set design in Unreal Engine or whatever. Yeah, let's start a fight with this. Crying how much they don't still have this or that. Yeah, one of many. Yeah, it's true. If there's something going, if there's a limitation, go and settle with Unreal Engine. That's the reason why I work with Unreal Engine, is because that there's a lot better set design capabilities. It wasn't so much look or ray tracing or anything like that. It's just that I had a lot easier time designing sets and everything. iClone is great at blocking. Unreal Engine is for the set design and everything. Plus, there's a lot of great tools. Ultra Dynamic Sky is absolutely fantastic. iClone doesn't have a tool like that. Sad to say. I mean, it has a great blocking animation. You know, it's a prosumer motion builder. Missing the point. Comprehensive ecosystem, yeah. But iClone has its strengths. So, like I said, the motion capability and all that. Me just going back and forth. It's simple. Anybody can do this. We're done. Okay. I'll go back to yelling and complaining more when I have time. But let's just test everything out before we go and do something. Before I go back and complain. Because you know how worked up I get, and then I turn into someone who just yells. Primary for yeah, it was primarily for AAA game development. Movie star, I haven't heard that in a while. Yeah, except for recently. Someone was working with it. Now it's starting to make headways with virtual production. More robust. Let's see. Finance, they don't want to pay. Put an iClone to make it look good. It takes time. Is robustness just a facade? Yeah, you can still work with popcorn effects. You just make your own. You can make your own. Let's see. Boom. True. Popcorn effects is not gone. Yeah, it's not gone. It's still around. It's about money and creative freedom, because they would go like Antics or Movie Storm. They would be dead. Let's be honest. The last one who tried to make it, last company that tried to make everything all at once, well, to be honest, I was about to say something about Movie Storm. But Movie Storm would be a very interesting conversation because, my God, it was not friendly for modding or content design. It was not friendly. It sucked. It absolutely sucked. The best thing that iClone did was get rid of 3D Exchange and bring in stuff. That was probably one of their smarter decisions. But no, they have to get investment, otherwise they'd be dead. That's why like a lot of these outside services like to Blender or Unity or Unreal Engine. It provides a lifeline, because if it's just by itself, it would be dead. Let's be honest. Some people don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. That's it. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna start. I want to jump in and fight, but I'm just gonna state my opinion here. No, what's his? You have to work. Yeah, you have to do the work. True. So. Photorealism. Story, yeah. And I'm gonna, like, once I'm done reading this, I'm gonna offer my opinion while working on this. But this is just, this is the same old bullshit that I see over and over and over again. But hold on a second. But here's the thing. I saw someone with Blender. Oh, Blender could be this. You're forgetting. A Blender film won an Oscar this year. Let's be honest. It's there. A freaking Blender film won the Oscar for Best Animated Feature. I found out not too long ago, probably in one of these streams, that it was done in the Eevee. Eevee. It's not. All right. Don't worry about the technology. Worry about the fundamentals. Why a shot looks good. Why. And I'll be honest, I don't swing 100% all the time on this stuff. But it's not about the technology or the rendering. It's about your execution in it. Too many people worry about that. Too many people worry about the goddamn render engine, the goddamn rendering, the ray tracing, all that shiny tech, because they think it could compensate for bad direction, bad lighting, bad blocking, bad all this. It doesn't do jack shit. God, I'm turning into a really crouchy director. It doesn't matter. If you want to get really, you can make a really convincing film in iClone. And yeah, I understand there's limitations in iClone, but as long as your storytelling is good, people don't really give a shit. People aren't going to look at this was probably done in this. Only the tech people, the really people who are so obsessed with it. Everybody else, if you can hold somebody's attention, if you can work with the lighting, the shots, the animation, the story, the emotion. Remember, your main drives isn't so much look, it's emotion and storytelling. That's your main drives. That's the two things you should focus on in every little step of production, from animation to lighting to everything, emotion and storytelling. Tech should be far down the priority list. And yeah, it's rich coming from me, the person who works with the Unreal Engine, all that stuff. And like I said, it's just, like I said, it's the set design and everything. But my God, I think too many people focus on that, but not enough on the execution. Doesn't matter, you know? I've seen people render stuff in Unreal Engine that looks like shit. And yeah, some of my work looks like crap sometimes. I'll admit it. But my God, don't worry about it. That stupid conversation I see time and time and time again. And I'll say this, 95% of iClone films look the same because everybody uses the same frickin' preset of lighting. The same flat look every single time. Because nobody plays with it. Nobody takes a point light. So that's my answer. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just focus what makes you you. Focus on delivering on your storytelling. Focus. That's just everything else is a distraction. I'm gonna write an article about this. I used to write for Renderosity magazine. I should go back into it and start yelling at people. I'm turning into one of those old crouchy directors like William Friedkin or something. Okay, so we have this. And I think it was this scene here. So right there, 1, 2. So how do we shoot this? I want you to think about that. It's about execution. So I'm going to detail it with this camera shot, with the shot idea I have. Yeah, next time I see that conversation, I'm jumping in. If I see another thread like that, I'm jumping in and I'm just going to cause a lot of hell. No, not budget. Let's do a high end. Let's do 45 to 135, 2.8. And I'm not going to focus too much on lighting right now, but I just want to work on the motion here. and let's bring it in. So this here, so I'm using a zoom lens this time. Do over the shoulder. And for now, let's actually do the fighting at, I'm thinking the focal length should be like 85. Yeah, sorry for my preaching, but it's just, I get so damn sick of that conversation. I get sick of, the one thing I get sick of conversations comparing stupid render engines and all that. Like, and for what? For what? For what? It's a tool. It's a tool. You want pretty pictures? Go and render something. I don't know. Render in cycles. Render in cycles. Render in this. Who cares? So one thing, I made a terrible mistake. So, I guess so. So, yeah. It's a stupid, just stupid, you know. You want to become a better filmmaker? Don't, like, you can embrace technology, you can embrace it, whatever it helps. But it's more, learn your fundamentals. Learn what makes a shot great. Learn. And then we can work on rotation soon. Nah, I fucked up. Alright, I fucked up. Let's keep the focal length here. Think here. No, it kind of looks goofy, but we'll see. Let's bring it in here. So this moment, so when it comes to your camera work, there's something you want to think about when fight scenes. I see it more as a reaction. It kind of follows along. It moves to a certain rhythm to the fight. I don't think it should overtake the fight, but it should be a reaction to the fight. It should add another layer to it, to the impact. So So what I'm probably going to do here. And I say the most impactful moment gets the most impactful camera shot. That should reflect to it, reflect it. So this, probably move it here. So the camera's going to be kind of here, but then it's going to be subtle, but then there's going to be a moment here. Yeah, I should have this, where I would go from 45 to 25. Was it at 85? Well, I thought this was at 85. What the hell? What the hell? Damn it. All right, let's try that. I don't know. Or maybe, do I frame here? Hang on, I need to take a step back. I think from this angle here. So let's try it here. And I want to pull back just here. And from here, we're going to pull back from 85 to at least 35. I think let's try here. And let's try here. I want it to be like a punch, to like, well, the best way to describe it is like an explosion. Like a grenade going off, boom. And there, I would probably even move this by. Is there another keyframe? There, I would kind of keep it here. I don't know. And then the attention, probably go up here and kind of arc down to here. Probably here. Maybe a little bit more of a punch. So if we move this here to here, it's about, try here, like that. You want to feel it. Sorry, just thinking for a moment. So let's try this here. And probably focus here to her. All right. Let's also try to smooth the camera a bit. So Smart Auto, let's see if that'll do anything. So you see what I'm trying to do. That kick right there. And this here is known as a crash zoom. It's slightly subtle, but it has like a pretty good impact. So if you zoom in, zoom out, so just in case, let's say I would like to address this, let's do a 35. And then when she lands, let's actually change the focal length to 105. And now that I want to change the transform to her. So like that. But we won't do that. I'm going to delete that there and just leave it to 35. And delete that last one. But it has kind of an impactful moment. Tarantino uses that a lot, but so that's kind of that's kind of a way of doing a fight scene. So when someone takes a hit, you want to kind of reflect that in the camera. You notice it doesn't distract too much. You kind of follow along with it. That's what you really want to aim for. You really want to aim for that kind of thing. You don't want it to distract too much, but you want to like highlight the impact. Boom, like that. You feel it? You want to feel every little punch. A little bit of a handheld effect here. Tail chaos. Then the camera, I think, would be, when she rises, the camera will also rise too. Up. Like this. when she moves, the camera will move too. A little bit more smoother. Sorry. Let's make sure everything is a little bit more. So when a character takes a hit, you can have the swing like just kind of following along like you're watching it. You feel it. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was in my angry discussion. She needs one thing. She needs a knife. Yeah, I'm gonna sound like a total jerk at the beginning of this, but with that conversation. But it's just don't worry about it. Just you saw what I'm doing. You see what I'm doing here. This is all you gotta worry about. And you can do this with whatever program you want. You just gotta worry about it. You just gotta worry about what you're doing. A little loose, but whatever. Let's see, make it movable, and it should be. I say the thigh. Just make sure. I have fun having the same things that piss people off, but I don't care. There you go. All right, it's time to get things on the start doing our set design here, and we don't need iClone. We're done. Ooh, how am I going to how am I actually going to get the scene? Ooh. So yeah. What to do? What to do? All right, so now we get to have some fun. Oh, oh shit. I know I want to. Oh no, 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 no. Yes, yep, 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 yep. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Oh yeah. I know I'm doing it's redundant, but okay, 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 okay. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do some lighting. I want to film here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do 2750. I want to do something like this and this. Maybe no. I think I have to think. Okay, maybe once I get my set design. We need to shine. No. We need to shine the light here, here, and on her face. That light. No. It's gonna be mobile. I want. I want a light here. But the light source, it's not gonna work with the light source as much as I want it. Gyro 3. Yes. So, where are they going to fight? Let's do 3. All right. Save everything. Where do I want it? See tiles. Wait a minute. Is everyone seeing what I'm seeing? Let's try this. Right through here. Right through here. Do this. Where's it looking? Set the camera. Oh shit. Let's try that here. That's middle piece. One module, huh? Hmm. Oh yeah, I'm thinking something like this. Want it, okay. I'd like to see this behind here. Here and here. Do this. This. And with this, let's see how far we need to go. Now the problem is I'll have to reflect it here. Okay. Do I add columns? Do I add? Yeah, I could add columns here. And that, but we can also whoop, shoot, replace it. Not that, but with this broken. We'll hide it here and do this. See this? Yeah. Not only that, but we can also take this. Place it here. Whatever. Don't do this. Yeah, I'll just put them in the folder. That way I don't have to look at it. Just put that stuff in the folder. Stupid. we can easily do this. So this place, I don't know, maybe something like that. I don't know. I'm thinking broken like this. Stupid, dumb. Yeah, sorry. I'm just thinking to myself, cussing at myself for this. Okay. Let's transform. And probably what I would do is I probably have another light. Kind of. Ah, screw it. Like this. Something like that, you know. And okay. So let's save out of that, make sure everything's good. Save, exit out of this. And the thing I'm going to do is do a landscape. We're not doing tropical. Do I have brushify? Yes, I do. Just going to do brushify for now. In my landscape, and do that and create. Under paint, go through here, this little button. I think we would do, I'll do mud for now and just paint this to be all mud. Let's actually increase the brush size. Yeah, something like this here. And then finally, I'm going to go to grass. I'm going to increase this. Increase that. And let's just go like this. And what that'll do is this. Not that, but I'll probably make it like a hill. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Go to sculpt and do something like this. And flatten. Increase the size maybe. let's actually let's go back to selection, see how that looks. Okay, fine and dandy, but let's actually, what I might do, actually, yeah, let's go back to landscape. Actually want to sculpt this. Oop, not that. That is way too much. Do something like this, you know, some hills. Instead of, and then paint back to grass. Actually, you know what? Just because everything's gonna be grass. And then we'll paint the interior to be mud. But I don't want it to block out the sun, so where's my sun? So let's do a little bit of erosion around here. So I imagine this is some kind of park or something, like an arboretum or something that's been abandoned. So we'll kind of line this up with trees. I want that glare right there when she kicks him. So I want to be, I have a couple ideas to go with. I want it to be, like I said, like an arboretum, like something that's been abandoned for many years. It's no longer in use, you know. So what's actually, I wonder what kind of trees do I have? Foliage. What do we have for foliage? We have trees, maybe some maple. Let's see how this looks. Okay. But it's blocking my view. Would like to do something like this here, here, and here. Now I have a couple, oh, I do have a couple ideas. I want to flatten this out. Bear with me on this one. So under paint, sorry. Being an idiot again. Alright, let's try this. Under landscape mode, I would love to do this in the background. But I want to make sure. Where's my camera cut? There. I don't need to see it. I want it to be like this, you know. But I want it to be, let's also hide, let's do a little bit of fog here. It's just to slightly diffuse. I want it to hide. Not that I'm looking. That's not the one I'm looking for. Secret Labs next. Nope. All right. Looking for abandoned factory. That's it. Now, something like this in the background here. Ones that you don't see. I like to do like stuff like this. Oh no. The impression I'm getting, you know, what I'm aiming for. Put like a brick wall or something. Something that feels abandoned. I think if we get rid of this and we replace it with more of this. And then you have like a brick wall or something. This is what I'm looking for here. So we'll just put like a little poly brick wall or something. What do we have? What do we have for walls? Like fences. Give me a fence. Great brick. Not what I'm looking for. This. Put something like this here. Actually, let's change it to like a 45-degree angle. What is it? What's the height? We're doing with, okay, 400. Okay, do this. Walled off. Nature here. And there. We'll put some, let's see if we can find like a few bushes or something. What do we have for foliage? Bricks. No, not bricks. We have bushes. I want this. Foliage. Just drop that in here. Let's do single. Let's do a radius of 50 and see where that takes us. What the? No. Son of a gun. Not good. All right, take this. Right through here, right through here, right through here. See what that does. No. Okay. More like a boxwood. I think I know exactly where to get it. Was there anything else? Maybe there's this alias. Don't we have this alias? I don't know how to spell it because I'm an idiot. It's alias. Ferns. Raspberries. The raspberries will grow like crazy. Field poppies. Boxwood. Rose hips. I do have rose hips. Maybe they'll grow wild. Castor oil would be interesting, but I don't know if they grow out here. She would grow it. Hmm. Sorry, I'm just thinking what can be good. Let's give Rose Hip a try. I remember we had azaleas before. Let's give it a shot. Let's try this. See where that takes us. Whoops. All right. And last but not least. Actually, maybe I should put this in foliage. I want to put some stone tiles. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll put this, and this on a paint. But make it small, you know, like this. Let's go with 100. Just like that. Okay. The next thing would be here. We'll do landscape. We'll paint. I want to do grass dry. And the strength should be here. But then we'll have to do something else once we're done with it. Sorry. Do something like this. Let's do 150. Let me. Okay. What's going on here? Paint. No. let's flatten the... Oh, Jesus. Alright, let's try this again. That's why it wasn't working. And then we'll do move procedural here. And add a little bit of dirt here. Make it small. Like that. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's get the foliage. Let's find some grass. Let's go with fab. Let's try that here. And let's add that to project. Kind of curious to see how that's going to work. So let's throw all three of these into our foliage. Let's add this here. And let's do single and see how that works. Ooh, I like that. Like that there. Just like that, yeah. Like that and that. That. Well, actually, it's too green. Too green. You know, it doesn't match the aesthetic. Ooh, yep. Well, I'm thinking of moss, huh? I like that. I like that. Swamp grass. I'm looking for a little bit more dry. Like this. I think this could work here. Let's combine that here. Let's look for some moss. Whoops. I actually was thinking of ivy too, so but we could do moss. Moss and ivy will work. We'll play around with that. Foliage. And let's combine this. Let's see how that works. Oh yeah, a lot better. Let's paint. Like this. Oh. Let's do single. Something like that. Oh, like that there. Oh yeah. This is what I mean. This is actually, this to me is a lot more fun to work with. Yeah, let's find some moss. And we're gonna we'll put it up here. Just kind of paint it. This is what this is why one of the major things I like about working with Unreal is just this, you know. Ooh, hold on. What do we got here? Yes. Let's give it a shot with this one. like how it works. Let's see how big the moss is. All right, let's get rid of this and get rid of this. Yes. Oh yeah. I agree. There has to be something. I think one of her monologues would be something like this, like something like that here. That. Didn't I have some of her moss? I know I had blueprint somewhere. Let's see. I swear I did. I definitely have ivy. There used to be, I used to have like something for yeah, this would be a decal. I don't know how well that's going to work here. Let's try it out. Yeah, that wouldn't. Like this. You can tell. Yeah, probably not. Let's be aware of this. So I'm thinking something like this. Away from this. And this would be no decals. Okay, what's this? So it doesn't oh yeah. Let's start putting the ivy in. Yeah, I think the ivy would be we'll put ivy in. Swear I had ivy. Foliage, that's it. There, that's it. There. Right there. Yep, now we're getting somewhere, huh? So, see. Then we can have it draped over the sides. Even then, I would probably. And what I would probably do, see this light. I would probably do like a 2 or something at least. And then I'd probably put a little bit more. More into the character. Sorry, I'm just kind of going back and forth, but no. Well, I'll get this situated once and for all. Do a rectangular light here. kind of shine through like this. At least 3,000 here. Okay. One more light on her. I want this light to follow her. No way. Be like this. Do this. Oh yeah. I would probably also do something like this up here. And try film. Let's try this angle too. Try from here. I think right here. And finally, yeah, it should be fine. One more. All right. So that's my ranting. Hopefully, it's helped you. But I can't help myself. Let's see. Oh, just There. I think that could be it. It has everything I want. Okay. You got the sun right there. Belly going through. All right, time to render. And save all and render. It'll probably crash, we'll see. We'll see. Ugh. I was hoping to do one more motion today, one more animation, but nah, this took some time. Plus my ranting. Always. Yeah, just don't worry too much about the tech. Just, you know, anybody could do this. You know? Anybody. Watch films. Do whatever you gotta do. Said the camera's reactive. You have light. Think where your light source is. Even, exaggerate it a bit like what I did. Play with color. Set design. And you don't need to like design everything. You saw how I built it upon it. I just kind of, and sometimes I build the set and have the characters interact, but sometimes I do both. You see that though. Man, that detail. Kind of curious to see how it's going to work with our motion blur is definitely working. Oh, ghosting too. Oof, what a scene. That's it. Yeah, you got the sunlight, you got everything working here, so that worked out. Yep, pretty much. Yeah, I mean that worked. Everything worked. You got the camera work to reflect the fighting. You got a great motion to work with. So if we use that here, what a scene. And that's it. See, you put up with my ranting, my grouching behavior, and you get yourself a very. We got ourselves a start the scene, just build out nothing, blah, just as usual. Hey. Ooh, green arrow, huh? What? It's well done to Revolution for this, though. That is a great motion. I just wanted to see if I can highlight it, but I should show it off to John or whoever is watching. Tomorrow's motion. Tomorrow is this. I have a few fun ideas what to do with this. So we'll probably go with a very shallow depth of field, maybe 1.4. Walk. Maybe we'll have him walk. You were warned. So we'll play around with rack focusing and expressions here. So I'll have to work on our expressions. We'll bring that in. Too much shorter, but then ooh, yeah, that took too long, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna get some rest, so